All right, everyone. So thank you for coming back together. I just want to introduce Mike Raker. Mike has been an incredible lead for us as part of Leidos in our industry affiliate program. And so he wants to speak a little bit today on just the nature and kind of how Leidos envisions these industry academia partnerships looking forward. The model they have, the way they take advantage of recent graduates within their company, and then also partnering with academia as the students are going about their education is just really novel and something that we've been able to learn a lot from, and it's really compelling, and it's really been a big drive for our industry affiliates program. So I just want to invite Mike up and give a few remarks. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Travis, and thanks for the time today again in your partnership. I think it's been mutually beneficial. A background on me, briefly, VP and Chief Engineer for our C4ISR systems. For those of you that don't know what those acronyms are, you can think of that as we build software for command and control systems and the like, as a broad generalization, primarily for military customers, but other ones as well. UVA grad, 2000. So if that's your trivia question, yeah, it's free. Yeah. I think part of the partnership of UVA, that's why I actually came to Leidos in the first case. So the guy that hired me, Mike Schwartz, is actually in the back of the room today. So he's starting to create another partnership here with UVA. I also mentioned that because if he hired me, that means he's older than me. Just get that fact straight as well. I wanted to start off just with a little bit of background on Leidos and who we are. It's shameless marketing, but I am here, so I will do it. But it's important to understand why it is that the Link Lab and the UVA partnership is so important to Leidos. And I'll start with the background. You can see our mission, our vision, our values. I think the mission speaks for itself: safer, healthier, and more efficient through information technology, engineering, and science. If you overlay the mission of the Link Lab and the engineering school at UVA, that's almost a one-to-one match. So even at the mission level, we're already aligned. And in addition to that, the application of what we do as a company is very, very diverse. We talk about it in terms of from glaciers to galaxies, and what we mean by that is we run the Antarctic National Science Foundation site, so all the logistics and things that go down there, that's managed by Leidos. So that's the glaciers end of that. The galaxy end of it. Any equipment that goes up on the International Space Station, that supply chain is actually run and executed by Leidos. So if you can think about the technology that's involved in those two perspectives and what needs to come together to put things in the farthest reaches of both the Earth and the galaxy, it is cross-disciplinary work to make that happen, and it's a partnership not just inside of Leidos, but it's with NASA, it's with National Science Foundation, it's with DoD, it's with all of our customers. Because if we're not partnering, then we're not succeeding as a team. A brief overview of the four verticals to reinforce what our alignment is with the Link Lab. You'll see almost a one-to-one correlation to our four verticals, starting on the left with defense. Dr. Barton is going to give a talk on some of our autonomous systems, particularly Sea Hunter, a little bit today. I'm not sure I'd fully trust his advice, though. His son goes to Virginia Tech, but I'll leave that to you. No, a very extremely good engineer and has done some really phenomenal things in the industry. Smart Health. We're funding some research here to help veterans and better predict mental issues and distress in veterans. Key research with Laura Barnes. Smart Cities, we do everything from smart energy to autonomous vehicles in that space as well. And I think Clement Chen's going to be here later. I forgot on the health side to talk about a little bit more what we do in on the health group. Last but not least is the intelligence vertical. As the saying goes, I could tell you what that's about, but it wouldn't end well for you. So I'll leave that one on the sideline. The one thing I did want to note, another UVA connection there, the group president for that, woman by the name of Vicki Schmansky, phenomenal human being, phenomenal engineer, UVA grad, and on the board of trustees here at the Engineering Fund. She's not here today, but if you get a chance to meet her, just a really good person and alumni to get to know. Our stats, we hire a lot of high-tech talent, very high percentage of master's degree and above people inside of our company. So that's another reason why we like to be here. UVA grows the kind of people that we like to hire, both from a technical background as well as how they communicate, how they interact, and being well-rounded people. Okay, so enough with the marketing and background on what we do. I wanted to talk about our industry partnerships and where we've been and where we're going. We have partnerships, I think, like most large companies. We're a Fortune 300 company with a lot of different universities. I think we are forging new ground with UVA. We have grown pretty massive locations around other universities in other parts of the country. Those partnerships have tended to focus a bit on traditional partnerships between academia and industry, recruiting, internships, a little bit of research. This is our first foray into a different model where we are here every day or nearly every day. We are embedded not just in one department or with one professor or some small cadre, but we're really trying to grow our fabric across the university. And the Link Lab allows us to do that at a lower cost point, more efficiently. It brings all those disciplines together, so we can help each other much more easily than we could in the past, because it is a slog to go through all the departments and and across the university to create those real partnerships. So thanks to Link Lab for creating an environment where we can do that easily. I think we were the first affiliate, and we're happy to help guide the program forward. For the industry in the room, strong advocates for it. This is an environment that has really helped us on the corporate side. I know just some simple statistics, such as our recruiting and hiring is up at UVA over 2x just since we started the affiliate program with the Link Lab. Because of the Link Lab, UVA is now, from where it started, it is now in the top tier universities that we fund and partner with. Before the Link Lab, that was not the case. So direct indication in a year's time, Travis. I mean, that's where we've been, and that's where we are from the corporate perspective. So thanks for providing that environment. I think just this space as well provides the opportunity to get together in a number of events. You held the hackathon here 2 weeks ago or so. 800 students, I think, was the final count. Phenomenal event, and without a space like this, it didn't happen. If you looked at last year, the hackathon was held in Rice and various other locations, and it was scattered to the winds. So us as industry, it was hard to communicate and collaborate with the students when it started to come into the Link Lab. It provided a sense of community around that event, increasing our ability to get to know kids and interact with them. So the way ahead, we're a very innovative company. I think UVA has a very innovative culture in how they think about technology in the future. I think that's why we've always been kindred spirits, where the foundation of UVA as an institution is well known and well established, going back hundreds of years. But you never rest on your laurels. You're always looking forward and finding that good balance between innovation and not changing what has worked in the past. So I think the Link Lab is an indication of that. We're trying to do it as well. So one of the areas that we're starting to look into is, what does the partnership with academia look like and other industry look like going forward? My challenge to industry is every program I run that we execute for our customers, we always have industry partners on that. I don't know of anything that we do just as Leidos. I'm sure about everyone else in the room probably has similar, similar mechanisms, whether it's suppliers, services, or otherwise. It's bringing these things all together that make the whole. So part of my challenge to industry would be join us here, right? In a year, we've made a tremendous difference in our business and our customers by being here in the Link Lab, but there's room for more. So why are we not doing cooperative industry research with the Link Lab and with UVA towards a mutual end? Dr. Barton's going to talk later about some of our autonomous vehicles. We tend to focus corporately. Our core strengths are in the software, the integration, and the subsystems. We don't bend metal, right? We have a pretty light balance sheet. We're not going to bend metal. Some of you in the audience, I think, have that capability. So the research that we're funding in autonomous systems now around behavioral modeling and interaction tend to be more on the AI ML software side of it, but we'd love to have an industry partner that is with us with joint research on the manufacturing side, on the bending metal side of the equation. And I think there's no reason why that can't be mutually beneficial to both industries, to our customers, and to the university without having to worry about mixing of IP and things like that that often are impediments on the industry side of making that happen. I think the benefit to the university and then the benefit back to industry in that is, how do you create some level of stability in funding and research so that the Link Lab and UVA can grow the types of curriculum and students that we want to hire that drive our business forward. And I know it from internal to Leidos. Our R&D budgets are always the hardest to get. They're always the hardest to hold on to. And so the longer horizon I have for my own R&D, the more I can hire the people I need to drive my business forward. I want to be able to do that with industry for UVA so that you can have stability in your funding and stability in your curriculum and stability in your faculty, because that's producing, at the end of the day, the brains and people that we need to drive industry forward. So we look forward to partnership. I'd love to talk to any of the other industry that has similar interest to us, whether it be in health, civil, autonomous systems, or otherwise, and how we might make that happen in partnership with UVA. With that, I'd love to have any questions or discussion around this.
Yeah, so as you got through Mike's talk there, it's interesting to me, and it's really the point of all this, is how many different things he hits on and how many different ways that we can provide a value proposition back to the companies that are partners with us. And it's everywhere from curriculum development as Jack starts to develop that CPS multidisciplinary degree that we've been awarded, all the way to recruitment and research and engagement like this. And one of the big things we talk about is we want Link Lab in the School of Engineering to be this nexus of conversation in just the community. And so yesterday at the demo session, you saw that. The companies spent a good amount of their time leaving their booth to go visit another booth. And as Mike said, there's no reason that the relationship has to be just a spoke between the university and each individual corporate partner. We're trying to build partnerships where you can look into all the other folks that are involved, and they're just as valuable to you as the partnership of the university. So when we talk about community, and we talk about that nexus that we're building, it's not just for you to come to work with us. It's you come here and you work with us and all of these other partners. And that's what's really, really powerful and really interesting for us. So, so thanks, Mike, for taking a little bit to go through that.